Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today for our webinar. This is actually our first video webinar. My marketing team thought this was a good idea to better connect with you having your lunch. Thankfully, I just ate my lunch, so just had my favorite salad over at Frontigers, which is something I do very often. But today we just want to share 5 reasons why we think Seabrook is at a tipping point. There's a lot of energy and excitement out here right now for a reason, and we just want to give you a little behind the scenes understanding of what that's all about. First thing, gotta get my little mouse here. Hang on. First thing, just to kind of give you an overview of what's gotten Seabrook to where it's at today, is that we really have what we call 5 barriers to entry that really sets us apart from a lot of the competition out there, as far as for vacation homes and second homes and even retirement locations. The first one is we have a really unique and spectacular property on the Washington coast. Most of the property you may know on the Washington coast is built on sand spits from Long Beach on up, but this is really where the land changes and becomes a lot more rugged and beautiful up into Olympic National Park. So we're really lucky to have this site, and it's a site that we could never replace. And along with that, our proximity to Seattle and the greater Puget Sound, there was so much pent-up demand for a beach town that would compete with Cannon Beach, that we decided to build here because we had over double the population and over 5 times the household wealth. So we wouldn't want to be anywhere else on the coast because Seattle is really in our backyard, and this is the closest destination to get to the Pacific Ocean out there. And most people that were going to Cannon Beach have already changed their traditions, and they're coming now to Seabrook, and that's only going to grow over time. The third thing is, if you've spent any time out in Seabrook, we have a really strong community. There's about 100 of us that actually live out here full time. We have our own school here, and people move here full time to be a part of the community. And again, you kind of have to experience it, but we all look out for each other. It's designed in a way where it's very easy to connect with your neighbors, which is a big part of the land planning. And anyway, it's just kind of a unique place where you actually know your neighbors and people remember your name, and you get to connect in a lot more meaningful way than you normally do in a more suburban area. The fourth barrier to entry and what's brought us here is the Art of Town building. We've been studying the Art of Town building for the last 20 years, and we're putting those efforts into practice. And this isn't an easy thing to duplicate. There's a lot of nuances and details that go into building a town from scratch, and our team has really become experts at that. And it's something that really gives us a competitive advantage over most other opportunities out there. And then finally, we have a really unique on-site property management program. Most people let's say they're going to rent a house in the San Juan Islands or Cannon Beach or even east of the mountains, it's very unusual to have management on site that's going to take care of all your needs. And if there's any kind of an emergency, we have maintenance and house cleaning on site. We have security on site, and you are able to connect with us in person. Most people that rent vacation homes rarely ever see anybody. They usually get a key code, and that is a lot less impersonal. We keep this very personal. So now really going into the 5 newer reasons why we think Seabrook's at a tipping point or an inflection point is that this summer we'll be doubling the number of shops and restaurants. And the most successful destination towns usually require about 30,000 square feet of retail. And this summer we'll be hitting that 30,000 square foot mark with these 10 to 13 new businesses that are coming online. So here's kind of a little aerial of our town center. You can see, I'll actually use my arrow here. I've got to look at my other screen while I do this. So, but we have a new art gallery moving into town. We're super excited about. They're going to be highlighting 12 to 15 local coastal artists, and they'll also be hosting sip and paint nights there. And so we're really anxious to get their doors open. We have a new Seabrook logo wear store, and we're bringing on a whole new line of apparel that we think people are going to love. Stowaway is actually going to be expanding. Now, this doesn't happen this year, but you can see that our Stowaway wine bar will be expanding into a much larger location. I would like to say within the next 18 to 24 months. Also, we are about to break ground, and I'll talk more about that in the webinar, on our new lobby for our hospitality side of the business. And that is something that could be done by the end of this year to early next year, first quarter of next year. But getting more focused on the businesses that are about to open or already open. Brooklet's Toy Store is just days away from opening. It's going to be a fantastic new toy store. It's a spin-off of our kids store that was next to the wine bar, but this is more focused on toys. And then Magnolias women's clothing or women's apparel has opened. It's beautiful. I'll show you some pictures here in a minute. And then we also have, I don't speak French, but Joy de Livre is our new bookstore, or Joy of Books that I like to call it. But I thought I would try. I didn't do very good, but I at least tried. But everybody that's walked into the bookstore so far has been blown away at the level of detail and the quality they put into the store, and it's just you can't have a great beach town without a great bookstore. So we're really happy to have them on board. And then we also have two other businesses that are in play for these last final spots that we have, and we've got multiple people interested in those spots. But right now, it's most likely going to be a surf shop and then also a jewelry store. So going to show you the inside of Magnolias and then also the exterior. If you don't know, Magnolias was a really nice boutique store on Bainbridge Island, and they packed up and moved the family out here and saw this as a better opportunity to raise their family and their kids and also run a business. So we couldn't be happier to have Magnolias, and the people that have been in there love it, including my wife and 4 daughters. So that's a good thing for their business. We also, again, have opened Joy de Livre. Joy de Livre, the Joy of Books, which is our new bookstore. So you can kind of get a little glimpse or a sneak peek of that. If you haven't been out here, can't wait to, they're laughing at me because I didn't pronounce that right. Because you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what it's like when you get here, and yeah, it's a great little bookstore. And then we also brought on Valley and Rose Flower Truck, which was this last Saturday. They'll be out here again this weekend, and this cute little Volkswagen truck now lives in Seabrook, and you're going to be seeing it all around town for events and in our retail district. And they've got some other plans too in the future, so we're really excited to have them. So going to number 2, this is also our first example. Yes. Okay. Mouse off. But this is our first example of ocean view loft. So we're going to be at the end of this month releasing 6 new flats that 4 of those have really fabulous ocean views. They're right in the town center, and they're right above where our new hospitality lobby will be. And you can see the rooftop deck over on the left-hand side with a fireplace. Just a great spot to hang out. with friends and family and relax, but also have all of the amenities of the town center, right out your door. So we like to say that there's something for everyone in Seabrook, whether it's a small cottage that's out of town that has more elbow room and more more green space, open space. But then there's also the urban element that people that want to be right in the middle of everything. And so there's kind of different people who like different things out here. So we love offering a wide variety of options for people to enjoy our town and enjoy this natural environment. And then this is actually the view from the six flats on Market Street. So you can get a little idea. You can see the house on the right-hand side. That's as far as the houses will go on the ocean. And then to the left-hand side, most all of that view will always be there. So these condos or these flats are going to really be a great location with views that are protected forever. And also another new change at Seabrook, or another new announcement at Seabrook, is that we have created a exclusive partnership with Airbnb. They actually came out here, I believe it was end of last summer, last fall. They fell in love with Seabrook. They're looking for more, they're looking for better properties that also have great on-site hosts. And so when they found Seabrook and that we had 220 homes in our hospitality program, they again fell in love. So they have created a new Airbnb Plus, which basically means it's an elevated way to home share, and it gives the guest more confidence when they book, because each home has gone through a 100-point inspection before they will actually put it on their website. So it's a very thorough process, and they actually come up and take all the photos after they've done their inspection. And we just couldn't be more excited to have Airbnb Plus as our partner. And we believe that's going to really put Seabrook on the map, because most everybody that's heard of Seabrook, they've been from the Northwest through our own marketing, or whether it's articles that have been written about Seabrook. But there's millions and millions of people that visit the Airbnb website. And right now, we're only one of 12 locations in the country that meet this Airbnb Plus destination category. Oh, let's see here. So another pretty exciting. Oh, this is actually, I'm sorry. This is the Airbnb Plus Blast that went out, or their first marketing piece that went out just in the last week or two. This went out to about 500,000 people in the Northwest or in the Puget Sound area. So you might have even seen this, but this is just kind of giving you the taste of the kind of marketing they'll be doing on Seabrook and promoting us as an exclusive partner. The fourth reason why we think Seabrook is at this tipping point is that in 2017, the new tax reform was completed, and it had full bipartisan support, and they actually designated the Washington Coast as an opportunity zone. This is based on household incomes, and so now people can actually purchase a home in Seabrook, a new home in Seabrook, and put it in our vacation rental program, and have some tax benefits that you wouldn't otherwise get. So how this works is that in the 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act, these zones were created to encourage additional investment and to really take trillions of dollars out of the market to actually grow these areas that need economic stimulus. So one of the questions is also, why buy through a qualified opportunity zone? This actually gives you, you can take either you can sell stock, you can sell a home, you can sell a business, and take the capital gains that you'd be paying tax on and actually defer that tax for 7 years. And then the investment that you are making in the opportunity zone is tax-free after owning it for 10 years. So it's getting quite a bit of buzz in the real estate community, and the fact that Seabrook has all the pieces in place to make it easy to buy in a qualified opportunity zone is really going to give us a good position as people look to take advantage of these tax programs. But again, you want to talk to your CPA, you want to talk to your attorney, get more details on this, and then do your own research online. The IRS and the Washington State Commerce Department has great information on their websites, and you can take a look at that. There's 4 ways that you can buy through a qualified opportunity zone. One is the first step is you need to create a qualified opportunity fund with your attorney or a CPA, and then you self-certify that qualified opportunity zone fund within the year of its creations. It's really important that this tax advantage, it is only for new construction. So if you're buying in a qualified opportunity zone in, say, the city, and it qualified, you have to build a new building or invest $1 more than what you purchased the property for. So you can't come in and buy an existing property and make it an opportunity zone investment. It has to be something that that was built after 2018 and has never been leased or rented. So then the third step is invest in the capital gains in that qualified opportunity zone fund, and then finally purchase the home through the fund that you create on your own with your legal and accounting advice. So it sounds complicated, but I think if you were to speak with your CPA, we've actually done all of our due diligence with our tax advisor, Deloitte and Touche in Seattle, and some of their top executives that have been involved in this, and they're the ones that have given us confidence that Seabrook qualifies and people can actually purchase a vacation home that is an investment property with the on-site property management. So these are 4 properties that someone could purchase using the qualified opportunity zone, and we like to have a range of prices, but these houses range anywhere from $500,000 plus to over $1.5 million. But these are houses that have not started construction. You can still pick your colors, make your selections, pick some upgrades, things like that. But those are properties that you could use for the qualified opportunity zone. And then the fifth really new feature in Seabrook that people are going to notice this year is the new experiences. Our mountain bike trails are growing. We just committed approximately $300,000 to our land, our Department of Natural Resources land just east of Seabrook. So it's actually attached to Seabrook. We're also working on a partnership right now on a really one of the best kept secrets on the Washington coast, which is a really great surfing spot. And we'll be announcing that partnership later in the year. We're also going to be adding a lot more yoga programs on site, on the beach, in our parks, and even some of our indoor spaces that are available to use. And then kiteboarding is also growing out here. So these are just some of the new experiences that are coming on. But right now, the main focus is mountain bike trails. So in your lower right-hand corner, you can see this square-shaped property. That's about 160 acres, and that's Department of Natural Resources land that was underutilized timberland, and so it doesn't have a lot of value, which is why this partnership with Department of Natural Resources was realistic to get done. So this piece of land is about 20 acres larger than Duthie Hill, which is actually one of the most popular mountain biking destinations. People come from all over the country to ride Duthie Hill. It was designed and built by Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance, and that's exactly who's designing and building this trail system. So this will be a destination in itself, but the beauty of it is that every home in Seabrook, you ride your bike out of your garage or out of usually the bike sheds or out of Buck's Bikes, and you can go right onto the trails. No need to drive. It's all right in our backyard. You can see some of the other trails that we've built. So we're over time becoming more of a destination for mountain biking, but this new mountain bike trail system is really going to put us on the map. So anybody that thinks that those 5 reasons are good reasons why Seabrook's at an inflection point, and have been thinking about purchasing a home here, here are 5 houses that are available that could actually be used this summer. A couple of these are still under construction, and I think they're early summer completions to middle of the summer completions. But again, a wide variety of houses from about $500,000 to over $1.5 million, on the ocean front. So if you are interested in learning more about Seabrook and learning more about the purchasing opportunities, feel free to reach out to our sales team. They'd love to help you. If you don't have anything to do this weekend, come join us at our Savor Seabrook event. We've got an amazing wine event. We've already sold 500 tickets. It's expected to sell about 1,500 tickets for the event. So it's a great time. And I know there's a little bit more availability with occupancy. We're running at a high occupancy, but there are some homes left. So if you're interested in coming out this weekend, something to consider. So let's now go to the questions and answers section. And
Casey, these were questions that came in during the registration process.
Okay.
So these were questions that people had asked before that they wanted addressed during the webinar.
Great.
And we'll also look at some questions that people have asked today. So as you go through those.
Great. So the first question we have is, what is an estimate for startup costs to invest in a home in Seabrook, new construction, or B, resale to enter the rental market? Well, most of our buyers are putting at least 15 to 20% down, and of course some people pay cash. So but I would say the majority of the people are putting about 20% down, and then also purchasing the furniture for the home and to make the house complete. If you're buying a resale, some of the houses come furnished, and is another reason why some people think that's attractive. So there's always pros and cons to both resale and new homes, and so you have to just weigh out your options and what find out what you're looking for. But that's about so if you're buying a $500,000 house, that would be $100,000 down in cash, and then of course your furnishings, depending on the house size, it could range anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000, depending on the size of the house and what you're putting into it. So the second question I have here is, what's it like when owners want to spend time at their home that is also being offered for rent? Do they pay a cleaning fee? We do have some comped cleaning fees for homeowners that are in the rental program, and I think one of the reasons that people like owning a vacation home in Seabrook is that we do come and clean your house, and you're not spending your Sunday afternoon cleaning it. Even there's 40% of our homeowners do not rent their homes, but they still love using our cleaning department and maintenance department to take care of their house, and makes owning a vacation home a lot more stress-free, so that you can really enjoy your home. So they do pay a cleaning fee. Owners do pay a cleaning fee after they've used up there's something in our contract, I can't remember how many cleans each homeowner gets, but there's a certain number of cleans, and then after that, the homeowner would pay for the cleaning. But the nice thing about it is you're only going to pay an hourly rate. So if the house is really clean and it only takes us an hour to get it ready for the next guest, you're only going to pay for an hour. If it takes 4 hours to clean the house because you kind of left it messy, then you're going to be charged for that. So unlike guests where it's a fixed cleaning fee, our homeowners are only paying for the time that our cleaners are in the house, and then our house cleaning supervisors sign off on the house and say it's ready to go and it meets our standards for the next guest. Number 3, can you tell us some of the secrets of owners who are the most successful in the rental program? It's a great question, and because we get that question a lot, it really comes down to a few things. Number one, that the homeowner that purchases the house does a really great job furnishing it. Sometimes they do it on their own and they do a fabulous job. I mean, I can't believe some of the houses that have been bought and the design that's gone into them. I'm blown away. You'd think they were full-time interior designers. But we also have people that's not their strength. And for people that don't have they're not really confident about doing an interior of a house and making it really beautiful and stand out from the rest of the crowd, we encourage them to use an interior designer so they get comfortable furniture that is going to look great and wear great in the home. So we were really upfront about that. And then the second thing is our homeowners that actually do a little bit of maintenance on their home. So you might come out here 3 or 4 times a year and not have to do anything, but our owners that actually spend a couple times a year on their weekends just checking out the home, making sure that that the house is in good order, good condition. And if it's work that they want to do themselves or self-perform, they're more than welcome to self-perform it. If it's work that they really just don't want to tackle on their own, we're happy to help them tackle that and get some prices for the work that needs to be done. So the way to look at our hospitality program is we are your partner. We help you make owning a vacation home in Seabrook really stress-free. And we're not perfect, and our owners aren't perfect, but when we have a spirit of working together in a partnership, we have a lot more successes than partnerships that don't work out. So in fact, nearly 90% of our homeowners have been either satisfied with their rental income or it exceeded their expectations. So overall, our homeowners are very happy being in the rental program, having us as their partner, and they like offsetting the expense of owning a vacation home with that rental income. So they get to enjoy it with their families and friends, but they also have that revenue stream that comes in. So what are the HOA dues, or what we actually call our CAM dues, which is common area maintenance? We technically don't have an HOA or a homeowners association, but the common area maintenance runs very similarly to that. And we actually, instead of having a homeowners association board, we have 5 really great homeowners that are our common area advisory board. And so they share with us their thoughts and feelings about how things are being maintained and what areas need more attention than others. And they're kind of an extra set of eyes and ears for us. And we love collaborating with them. And that's the way that, again, we're working as a community. It's not just about Seabrook the developer or Seabrook the builder. It's actually, how do we build this town and maintain it in the most beautiful way for all of us to enjoy. So our dues are about $190 a month, and they cover our maintenance of beach accesses, parks, playgrounds, the swimming pool. We have a gym, sidewalks, street lights, a couple of homeowner parties a year, and then there's various other things, but it's basically just keeping the common areas really beautiful and maintained. And that's really important in a place like Seabrook, because when you live in a walkable community that's compact and very bikeable, our lots are much smaller. So our common areas become our yards that we enjoy, and that's where we meet our neighbors and we meet new people, guests or visitors. And that's what really strengthens our community. So those spaces have to be, again, well maintained and really attractive. That's part of the magic here in Seabrook, is just having those beautiful outdoor spaces. The 5th question I have here is, we're thinking about retiring in Seabrook in a few years and would plan to use as a vacation home in the meantime. How many retirees are there now? Can you tell us how they like it? So first question about how many retirees are there now? That's a great question. I don't have an exact answer, but I'm going to guess there's around 20 or 30 full-time retirees. We also have a lot of people that live here part-time, like half and half. Like they might have an apartment or a condo in a city nearby, or even a city far away. We have one owner that they've got a condo in Chicago because that's where their kids are and their grandkids are, so they go and visit them, but they call this their primary residence, and this is what they consider home. But I can tell you that I see them all the time, and they sure seem to be loving living at the beach, and again, being a part of this community. Many of them would say to us that they didn't want to be in an over 55-year-old community. They wanted to have a vibrant and diverse town to live in, that didn't make them feel like they were in an age restricted environment. So a lot of them volunteer at the school, they volunteer at the fire department, and they're very involved with the town, which really makes it fun. And you heard the term, it takes a village. It takes all of us, and I think having these people retire here just makes Seabrook richer and stronger. So we have number 6 here. We have flexibility to work remotely, but need a good school if we're to make a full-time move. Do you have anyone that lives there full-time, works remote, and has kids that go to a nearby school? And the answer is yes. We do have our own on-site Montessori school. It's a fabulous program. I think we're probably on our 7th or 8th year. All my kids have gone there, and they love it. I was actually, one of my daughters has turned 13 today, and we had her little birthday thing there today. And but the beauty of our school is they actually use the town as their laboratory, from the ocean to the forest to the wetlands. They are very involved in the town, and they get to understand how these kinds of places get built and why they're important. And more importantly, some of the older kids actually start to learn about retail and how to start a business on their own, whether it's a Saturday market or a small brick and mortar shop or a restaurant. And I actually teach the older kids a small business class, and I use a small business curriculum that Warren Buffett wrote. And so it's really fun for me because I'm learning a lot from the textbook myself. But the kids really love learning about what it takes to start a small business and growing to be an entrepreneur. So again, the school is beyond what most people experience at home. So I think I answered that question, and I think the last question here is, what kind of home rents the best? Size of home and location. This is kind of an extension of that first question, is what are the secrets of owners who are the most successful in a rental program? And I actually didn't mention a couple extra things, so I'm glad that this question was last, to kind of complete that first one. So the answer is really, there isn't a bad location. What the more successful homes have going for them is, again, is a homeowner that's a little more attentive to the property or their home, and at least look at what kind of maintenance items need to be done that maybe we don't catch or our team doesn't catch, and some of them do a little bit of the work themselves. But they also do some marketing on their own. So our homeowners that do the very best, and we have a fabulous marketing team and a great marketing strategy, and we talked about Airbnb as another new channel for us, and a kind of an exclusive partnership that should help us. But it's the homeowners that use their Facebook page. They create a page for their home. They invite their friends and family members to stay in the home, and let them know that if it is an investment property, that they can give them a discounted rate on the home. So also, just like people's place of work, just kind of spreading the news, like, hey, we have a new house in Seabrook. We have a new beach house, and it's amazing how many new friends you'll have when you have a beach house. And so this is a way that a lot of our homeowners are able to help subsidize the owning experience here. So our average home here is running between 140 and 150 nights a year. But our homeowners that are in the upper 100, even lower 200 nights a year range are the people that actually do some creative marketing on their own. It doesn't take them a lot of time. They're just people that are a little savvy at how to use social media. Also, owners will put their home up in auctions, and so just to get more exposure to their home. And so it's a great way of giving, because obviously we're always getting requests for charities and things like that, and actually using your vacation home as a charitable donation brings great exposure to your home, but it's also a great way to give back, because I know they're very, very popular in most of these auctions, and they do very well when they're priced and bid out for. So those are, again, some of the reasons why we couldn't be more excited about the direction that Seabrook is going. We can't wait to see all these new businesses open this summer. It is going to transform the way people think about Seabrook. And we hope that you get to come out and enjoy some of that with us this summer. We appreciate you taking the time and taking, again, your lunch break with us. And we hope to see you out here again soon. Thanks a lot.